This week we traveled through Colorado and Utah to get to Idaho, which meant we needed to go through Utah during record high temperatures of 106 degrees. To add on to our list of challenges, we also have our reactive dog Choya with us, so stay tuned to see how we survive a heat advisory in our camper vans. Choya got my bed so dirty.
Do you recall? Tore down my walls, pouring out our hearts to the bottom of the glass. I swear your face was the only light that I could see in a dark time. I asked you at the space for my problems, my drama, my ego. I hide my shadow. That it didn't matter to you, 'cause you pulled me through.
We are gonna go to town today, so I'm going to spend some time with Choya so he gets some energy out. He's gonna be excited when he sees this. This is so dirty. Hopefully it gets cleaned off in the river. But look how close we are to the stream. It's right there. This is so dirty, Choya. This is our first official week on the road. Last week we did spend a lot of time in the vans, but we were on a family trip with Tori's family in New Mexico in the forest. So this is our first proper time on the road and our first ever time with both vans when they're both pretty much done. We found this beautiful campsite. We're right next to the stream. Choya is so happy here. I'm so happy. I feel so good to be on the road. But we do have some errands to run today. We need to get coffee. We need to refill my propane so that we can use my toilet and a few other things. So I'm gonna play ball with Choya and spend some time with him and then we'll go. The way we're parked is kind of funny because we couldn't fit side by side super well. So we just put our back doors together so we could talk to each other through the back doors. I love it so much because I love waking up to all the natural light. It's my favorite. It's getting kind of hot in the sun, so I'm going to set up my chair in the Bluetti over here in the shade under the trees. I feel like when you watch the videos, you can't conceptualize how much time I really do spend behind my laptop editing. So I want to spend at least a day or two out of the week working outside and not being cooped up inside the van. So I made myself a little smoothie. It's a warm day today, but it feels really good in the shade here. I brought out the Bluetti Elite 300 and I'm charging my laptop so that I can edit for hours on end without having to go back inside to charge it. That's a good smoothie. So my laptop is at 50% charge and it's gonna be great because with this Bluetti, I'll be able to work all day without having to have any time limits or time constraints. And what I'm working on right now is editing some short form content actually. I used to do this on my phone, but now I feel very partial to doing it on my laptop because it just gets me more in the mode of working and I'm so easily distracted on my phone. The Bluetti Elite 300 is the only power station I have brought on the road this trip. And I chose this one because it's the smallest 3 kilowatt hour power station yet. It's really compact and it fits in my passenger seat and makes up Choya's dog bed when he sleeps. I also have the charger 2 set up in the van, so every single time I drive, it charges the Bluetti Elite 300. I could charge the Bluetti power station directly from a wall outlet or solar panel, but the charger 2 allows me to pull up to 1,200 watts of charging speed instead of 80 watts to 100 watts with standard car adapters. So in a very short amount of driving, this power station can be fully charged up and I can have it to use outside for working, watching movies, and anything else I could possibly need it for so that I can spend more time outside, which is a big goal of mine this year. If you're interested in the Bluetti Elite 300 or Charger 2, I have a discount code in the description of this video, so be sure to check that out. All right, let's go to town. see if Tori's ready. We are going to town right now, and our first stop, I believe, is going to be to get coffee because we haven't eaten, we haven't had coffee, and it's noon, so we really need to get on that. Can you send me the address to the coffee shop? So we would not have service here actually, but because the Starlink is on my roof, I have service and I don't need to take it down, set it up, and put it back up. It's just permanently on my roof, which is so nice. Driving into this campsite is a little narrow with the bushes. We are 30 minutes away from the coffee shop. I believe they have a vegan taco too, which is going to be great because we haven't eaten anything this morning either. Troy's a little muddy from playing in the water, but thankfully his dog bed up front has this towel material, and so it's really absorbent and I can wash it. And he absolutely loves this bed. I just put it in for this trip, and all day yesterday he chose to sleep in this bed instead of the bed back there. Actually, I think all throughout the night he slept up here until like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and then he came to cuddle. I'm happy that he has a little spot for himself that he likes and enjoys instead of it just being the beds, because I feel like it can get a little cramped. That's the whole reason we wanted to have 2 vans in the first place, is because it really just does get pretty cramped. Yesterday was kind of an overstimulating day. We just had a lot of driving to do. I did an obstacle course in the morning. We said bye to Tori's family, and Choya was being very reactive and like barking at everybody. It was really hot, so Tori and I were both really overstimulated. And then we got to this campsite and we spent hours alone, and we just kept talking about how amazing it was that we were able to like decompress on our own for a few hours, instead of in the past traveling in one van. We would have had to be in each other's way constantly. We just wouldn't have any opportunity to be alone and just relax on our own without someone else right there being in each other's way if you want to do something. And I feel like the overstimulation then just continues and it builds instead of releasing. And now I feel so rejuvenated. Tori feels so rejuvenated, and we're starting the day with a great headspace because we were able to do that. I think we're gonna leave him in here because there's not outdoor seating for the coffee shop. We won't take long. I turned the AC on. He's probably gonna stay up here because he's been loving it so much. I do have a camera that I could set up to monitor him, but we're gonna be gone for just such a short amount of time. I don't think I'm gonna set it up. It's so pretty. That's so cute. What if we got matching ones?
Oh my god, which one would you get?
Look what we found. I think we're gonna get these. They're hot water bottles. I used to swear by them. I don't know where mine went, but the covers are so cute. And it's really nice when you're cold in the van and it's really cold out. You fill it up with boiling water. It stays hot for like 7 hours. Also, when you're on your period, you're cramping, you can just put it right there with hot water. So I think we're gonna get these too, and we're still shopping around.
Take the veil from my eyes.
Wow, look at that view. We've been driving for a couple hours towards Utah, and we're going on a little potty break for Choya. It's a really pretty view too. So he's gonna enjoy stretching his legs for a little bit. We definitely make a lot more stops because of Choya. We wanna make sure he has enough time to pee, stretch his legs, and just get enough exercise. How's your drive been?
Good. It's been hot though.
We're 7 minutes away from our campsite. It is so beautiful here. This campsite is the first one we have been to in Utah, and this is Tori's first time in Utah in general. And we're getting to this campsite right at sunset. I think it's gonna be a good one. I'm probably gonna get started quickly on making dinner because we're so hungry. And while I'm doing that, Tori's going to take Choya for a long walk because he needs it. Are you happy we're here? We made it, Choya, we made it. This view is insane. Tori, you have to see the view. I had no idea this campsite was gonna be so beautiful. I'm gonna make dinner really quickly and hopefully we will be able to eat it on Tori's roof deck in time before the sun sets. So I think I'm gonna make a really quick ramen because I just want something so quick so that we can eat it up on her roof deck. But actually it is so hot, so it's kind of counterintuitive to be having ramen, but this is gonna be the quickest option here. Gosh, my fridge is so cold. I want to crawl inside of it. It's so hot. I'm gonna shower, but I'm not even heating up the water because it's already room temperature because it's so hot outside, and I honestly don't want a hot shower. I almost want a cold shower. That's how hot it is right now. I added this little mat so that my feet don't get wet whenever I use this sink in this mode, and it also helps it from banging around whenever I'm driving, but I'm gonna take that out to shower. As I was showering, I turned the AC on and it's definitely dropped several degrees, but I'm hoping it still gets a lot cooler because it's still pretty warm actually. But I feel really good after I showered, and I'm so glad I didn't turn the water heater on because it was an amazing temperature. Pretty sure no one's at this beautiful campsite because it is so hot, which is really lucky for us, but it is so hot.
Anxious. Rocking the van.
It's supposed to be 106 degrees today and we have to go through the city to do errands. This campsite is so beautiful. I really wish it wasn't so hot because I would definitely stay here for more time. There's a river right here and there's beautiful views all around, but it is just way too hot to be here. Okay, let's drive to town. One thing that is so convenient about this van that I added is that I have automatic locks for all of the drawers back there. So when I start my vehicle, it automatically locks all of the drawers and I don't have to worry about going back there and making sure that everything is locked. The only thing I really have to make sure is locked is the sliding wall in my shower. We have a 3-hour drive to the city and we have a few errands to do. We're trying to get it all done before afternoon because the temperatures are going to rise so quickly. And it does make things a little more complicated that we have Choya as well. We obviously have to make sure that the temperatures are good for him and it is not too hot. Oh, scary. Ideally, we would just not be driving through an area that is this hot, but because of our route, we just have to. It's the quickest route and the best place to do all the errands that we need to do. But thankfully, my van does have AC. I used it all last night. Like, I ran the AC throughout the night because even at night the temperatures were in the high 80s and it was not comfortable, and we'll have to do the same thing for Choya.
I'm jealous of the sleep she gets against the call for common sense.
Is it good? We went to this all vegan grab and go spot and we got a couple sandwiches. For my sandwich, I got the turkey pesto. I think there's provolone too.
Jalapeno raspberry jam turkey.
We got potato salad. I already killed the potato salad, but we have mac and cheese as well. And then we got a huge cinnamon roll and a sugar cookie. And there were some burritos. We got 4 of them. just to have for the drive. It's bad to shop when you're hungry. When I started this trip, I didn't have a full tank of water because I didn't want to carry around 70 gallons of water all across the country and lower my gas mileage. So I'm filling that up now. We're a couple hours away from our campsite and I might want to shower tonight. So I want to have a little more water. Tori's also taking Choya on a little walk while we're waiting for it to be filled up. This spot conveniently has a spot where we can dump trash as well, so I dumped that. We made it to our campsite for the night. I'm gonna do these dishes that I postponed from last night because I was running low on water. When it is really hot out, the water in the van also gets hot, so if you get it from the sink, it's not going to be cold. So I got this water bottle that is not insulated. It's the brand Bink. It's just a glass water bottle and it has this silicone. I put some water in it, put it in the fridge, so now I have a glass of cold water and I'm so excited. I'm gonna drink this entire thing and then I'm gonna take Choya for a walk because it's been a long day of driving. He's over there. Oh, shit. On the drive here, there were so many cows Choya was barking at, so I put his leash on and gentle leader. His recall's pretty good, but with all the cows, he may run off towards them. Choya almost got bit by this tiny snake right there. I don't even know what it is, if it's a baby venomous snake or if it's just a harmless one. Oh, scary. We actually came back from our walk because we encountered what I think is a baby rattlesnake very quickly, and I just don't want to be walking because I could not tell that that snake was there. Like, Choya was on top of the snake and it lunged at him but didn't bite him, so I'm afraid that there might be more around here and we're just gonna stay close to camp.
The walnut's so classy.
Realize these potatoes are from Idaho and we just arrived in Idaho today. 100% Idaho potatoes, the best in the world. There you go.
Oh, good. Yeah. Luxurious feel.